business owners and executives from around the Valley. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Welcome to Business Leaders. My name is Lance Cardoza. We'd like to thank Flooring Liquidators for making this episode possible, and I'd like to remind you to go to businessleaders.tv. You can also scan the QR code that's on the screen. It'll take you to the website where you can see past episodes. An episode of Vasily Sotiropolus. He was just on our show last week, and we have the name Sotiropolus on the show again. Vasily Sotiropolus, welcome to the program.
Sure enough, good to be here. Thanks, Lance.
So you're working in real estate, Vasily.
I am.
Working in real estate. Tell us about your company and where you're working in real estate, and just give me a little background on it.
Yeah, well, I'm the broker associate of Hyatt Real Estate. Our office is on Christmas Tree Lane in Old Fig Garden.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been in the business a little over 5 years now.
Good now.
And mostly in residential real estate. So ever since I got into the business, it really has taken off here in Fresno, Clovis, and in the Valley.
How long have you been working in real estate?
About 5 years.
Oh, 5 years.
Yeah,
so
a little bit
5
more
years?
than that. Before that, I was actually in finance.
Oh, okay. So working in finance.
So yeah, understanding the numbers is very important in any line of business.
Yeah.
As you discuss with your business leaders
exactly.
every week.
Yeah, and we mentioned last week, I had your father on the show, Vasily Sotiropolus. So you grew up watching your father on television.
Yeah.
And did film and did that. So they probably thought, oh, for sure, you're going to be on television. You got the looks to do it.
Oh.
You could be on television,
Yeah.
but you find yourself in real estate.
Yeah.
The numbers is your game, so it goes hand in hand with real estate.
Yeah, it really does. And you know, something I learned growing up watching my dad, even though he wasn't in business per se, he was still in servicing viewers, making sure people were happy watching, going out and meeting people in the community. And you learn through that hard work is going to pay off, and hard work is going to build, whether it's your client base or your viewership, it's going to help build that. So
Built that. And so when you started working in real estate, so you found yourself finance and working that end of it,
right.
What was the tipping point or the turning point that said, hey, I'm going to take a look at working in real estate with Hyatt?
Yeah, you know what? I knew I was going to eventually move back to Fresno. I was down south in Southern California for college and a little bit of time after as well.
Yeah.
When I wanted to plant some roots and start that next phase of life,
Yeah.
I knew I was coming home and I wanted to do real estate for a few reasons.
Yeah.
Also to build a financial future, help people realize their goals,
Yeah.
help them reach those goals.
Through what you were doing.
Through real estate, yeah.
Real estate. So you grew up here in Fresno.
I did.
And tell me a little bit about where'd you go to school? And I know you played football.
Yeah, I
So
did.
tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, I grew up, here in town. I went to Bullard Talent, Tenaya, and then Bullard High School. Played football, left tackle for Donnie A. Rax. He's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Still slaving away and teaching kids important lessons, discipline, hard work, a lot of the stuff that helps you through life.
You use it in business today.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day. A lot of valuable lessons to be learned, whether it's football or any sport you play, a team sport especially, I think is very valuable.
Yeah. Working with others.
Working with others.
Different personalities.
Do your job, get your
Yeah.
things done.
Yeah.
Other people are relying on you is very important.
And also I think too, working as a team sport too, is pick up your teammate when your teammate's down.
Yeah.
A lot of times you look at that and you think, hey man, you're dropping the ball. But a lot of times they need a little kick in the touche to get them fired up.
Sure.
And get back on the gridiron and do what they need to do. And you learn that through coaching, and it helps you coach a team.
It does.
I had a gentleman on here, Myers Constructors. He was on. He was a NASCAR or a sprint car driver, and at a young age, working that team as a crew, he now does that in construction. So everything he learned from racing, it was team building.
Yeah.
And in real estate, some of the most powerful real estate companies out there they build great teams.
Absolutely, they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even in real estate, you need to have a team of contractors, whether it's your handyman, your plumber, your roofer, your pest control company. You need to have a team. You all help each other, and that network's very important in real estate.
Absolutely. If someone's watching the program right now and you're watching Business Leaders and you say, I want to get a hold of Vasily because I'm sure you have some beautiful homes and
I do.
You have some great ones. We're going to see some of those on the show later today. And you want to get a hold of Vasily, you can scan that QR code on the screen now or go to businessleaders.tv and we can get you directed over to Vasily, or you can call Hyatt. And how would they get a hold of you?
You can reach me on my cell phone at any time, 559-903-9639.
You're going to get all sorts of crazy phone calls now.
Probably. I welcome it. Give me a call.
You give them a call.
Yeah.
You could show them a nice property that they can put in their portfolio for their future.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'd love to.
How is the market? We got a little time till we take a break and come back, but let's talk a little bit about the real estate market here in Central Valley.
Okay.
And
excellent.
how's that going right now?
It's still red hot. So we're seeing homes on average sitting only 21 days on the market before they're sold. And inventory is also very low. So with low supply and high demand, prices continue to rise. In the last 2 years alone, we've seen prices go up about 25% in Fresno and Clovis.
And if you're a homeowner and you're looking at maybe upgrading into another home or downsizing and you need a good agent, I'm sure you'll welcome that phone call too.
Oh, I love those phone calls and your referrals. Even if you know someone who might be interested and might need some help, I'd love to get that phone call, absolutely.
Give them a phone call and help them out. What are the number one questions when someone's trying to sell their home? What's the number one questions? And then maybe the viewer of Business Leaders is thinking that as well.
Yeah.
What do they call you with?
Yeah, what do I need to do to sell my home? So does it start with the landscaping, the interior? Do we need to paint? All these different questions of what do you need to do to prepare your home for sale? And then a bigger question is, hey, if I'm going to sell this home, I need to get into another home.
Yeah.
So what does that process look like? There's a lot of moving pieces to a concurrent sale and purchase, and it's very important to get someone that knows what they're doing in that process. So there are a lot of questions revolving around that as well.
Those questions all the time. And I'm sure it's not something you guys haven't heard, so you'll be able to prepare them and get them ready.
Oh, we're ready to go
every
day.
Every day. And homes are moving quick, so they're on the market short and then out there. So a lot of times if you're preparing to sell that home, that you can contact them at Hyatt and contact Vasily. And again, that QR code's there, the website, businessleaders.tv, and we'll be happy to connect them. When we come back, I want to talk about playing sports and being here in the Valley and talk about your time here. Also, we'll share a funny story about your father because people know Kopi and this is the son, Vasily. We'll share a funny story of growing up and I'm sure that fun household. We'll be right back with more Business Leaders. Don't go away. We have Vasily Sotiropolus right here on KMPH Fox 26. You're watching Business Leaders every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Business Leaders here on Fox 26. I'm sitting here with Vasily Sotiropolus, talking about your career in real estate and then growing up in the Kopi Sotiropoulos household. Your mom's a saint, I'll tell you that.
She certainly is.
She is a saint. I was watching the cooking show. We talked about that cooking show during the pandemic with your family, and you were on a barbecue episode, I believe. Cooking,
Yeah, you know what? You just have to make things work. I think everybody learned that during COVID.
Yeah.
And one day they needed me to grill, and just hopped on the grill. I actually run the grills for the St. George Greek Fest.
Oh, yeah.
That we run every year, and we're in charge of that, and it's grilling for 3 days straight. It's actually going to happen again this year in person on September 17th. So
September 17th. That's a fun event.
It's so fun. We have a blast.
It is a fun event. It is a blast. And I've gone out there, and I think Senator Borges would be out there cooking.
Yeah, he and I on the grills.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you were there. I think the last time I was there, and then
That's right.
pandemic, we haven't had it. So what a fun event. So that's coming up. What date is that event again?
The September 17th.
17th, okay.
And then we'll be having a golf tournament the month after that, a Greek Fest golf tournament. Should be a lot of fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so.
Playing football and then figuring out what you wanted to do to life. Most football players, they want to be in the NFL.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and was that a dream of yours when you were playing? Always.
Yeah, maybe baseball when I was younger, and then when I started playing football, loved it.
You loved it?
Loved it, yeah.
What was that turning point or that pivoting point that you said that, hey, I could do that, or maybe that's the direction I want to go? Was there somebody that encouraged you?
I don't know exactly encouraged. My broker, Tom Hyatt of Hyatt Real Estate, every time I would come home to Fresno to visit, he's from the South, and he'd sit back and say, "When are you gonna come work with me in real estate?" I said, "We'll see, Tom. I'm at the beach. I'm not moving back yet."
Yeah.
So I knew for a long time it's what I was going to do. It's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
When my grandfather and my dad came here from Greece, that's how they provided a stable financial future for our family.
Yeah.
For generations, by working hard, saving,
Yeah.
and buying a home.
Buying a home, put an investment.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
your grandfather's name was Vasily.
Yeah.
Your father, I believe that's a middle name, and his name
Yes.
is Vasily. And your father's name, Kopi, but it's
Prokopios.
Kopi
for short.
Vasily
Sotiropolus.
Sotiropolus. Yeah, so Vasily, and that's how you got your name, so handed down.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I named my son after my dad as well.
You did.
Prokopios
Kopius.
Sotiropolus.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you find yourself, then you're in real estate, and you're selling homes, and you were, like you said, you were having fun down in LA. So
Of
before
course.
you got to that point of real estate, when they were trying to get you to come in, Mr. Hyatt,
Yeah.
you were down there surfing and having a good old time trying to figure out what's the next phase of your life.
Yeah. You know what? I was really enjoying it. I lived in Long Beach,
Yeah.
in a very nice area. I had a little sailboat near my home. Got to
Yeah.
go surfing all the time.
Yeah.
And I worked for a private company in finance.
Okay.
So I was still, working in the business world, but certainly enjoying life. But when it's time to plant roots and have a family, I want my family around,
Yeah.
So-
And you were trying, so you came back.
Came back.
You're a
yeah.
boomerang.
Boomerang, back to the
Boomerang,
big city.
Came back to the big city. Great place to raise a family, and
Yeah.
you can get anywhere in 15 minutes. I tell
Yeah.
everybody that if it takes 20 minutes in Fresno, we're throwing a fit.
Yeah.
It's like, here, 20 minutes is taking me to get there. It's only 15 minutes, and the crew's nodding their head.
Yeah.
It's like, it's what's great. And a lot of companies that look at Fresno,
Mm-hmm.
the EDC talks about it, that
Oh, yeah.
you can get anywhere in 15 minutes. So when you think about that, when you're competing with other cities, they can't say that.
Yeah,
so that's what's amazing
logistically
about
it's
our community.
nice.
And we're the 5th largest city in the state of California.
We are.
And the housing market is booming.
Booming. We're
Booming.
seeing about 12 to 14% of our buyers are coming from out of the area. So we're still seeing a lot of Bay Area folks understanding the value that they can get here, bigger properties, acreage, big homes for a fraction of the cost of their Bay Area home.
Wow.
Or their Bay Area condo.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're gonna. So when you make that journey back and you say I'm gonna figure out the next phase, and
Yeah.
you become a father, and then you plant your roots back here. What was the gentleman, Mr. Hyatt, the one that encouraged you, that said, "Hey, think about real estate"?
For a long time.
Yeah.
And when I came back, actually, his wife Angie Hyatt and my dad are from the same village in Greece.
Oh.
So it was kind of a foregone conclusion that I'd
Yeah.
be working with the Hyatts, and it's been an awesome place.
Awesome
it really
place.
has. Yeah, wonderful
Good deal.
people.
Talk to me about. I know you got a funny story.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about the funny story. So this is your open house.
Yeah, my first open house, my very first listing I ever had. My dad, he's always a great supporter. He's always encouraging, always very, very supportive. So he comes to my first open house, and I was going to close up. The owners were coming back, and he wants to help. He wants to help, so he's going to shut the lights and shut the doors. And he goes outside, and he steps in dog poop and tracks it across the white carpet.
Oh.
Right before the owners.
The owners are coming back.
Oh,
no.
boy! So never a dull moment in real estate.
Never a dull moment.
But especially
I could
with,
just see him out there with a hose and a stick and the red shoes trying to get.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was totally destroyed.
It was funny. Looking
was
back,
funny.
it was stressful at the time, but
Yeah.
looking back, it was very funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. A lot of times you get an open house and everything is going just before perfect, and then just before it happens, something could go haywire.
Sure. Hey, that's a microcosm for life, right? You just got to be prepared. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, and then react accordingly.
Yeah. Hyatt Real Estate, Vasily Sotiropolus. We're going to bring you back. We have one more episode to go. I want to talk about that little surfing career you had, and then talk about more right here on Business Leaders. If you want to get a hold of Vasily, you have a home that you're trying to sell, or you want to see this beautiful home that we're going to show you when we come back here on Business Leaders, make sure you go to businessleaders.tv. You scan the QR code and we'll get you in touch with Hyatt Real Estate with Vasily Sotiropolus. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back with more business leaders here at KMPH Fox 26. Don't go away. Welcome back to Business Leaders. My name is Lance Cardoza. If you'd like to catch this episode and other episodes, welcome you to go to businessleaders.tv or pull out your mobile phone and scan the QR code. I also would like to thank Flooring Liquidators for sponsoring this program. I have Vasily Sotiropoulos, and we were talking during the break with growing up with Kopi Sotiropoulos right here from Great Day on KMPH Fox 26. Your wife, or your mom, his wife Elaine, a great cook.
Wonderful.
Incredible Greek food. I've watched the social media all the time, and so you could have had a TV show, a reality show called Growing Up Sotiropoulos. Somebody could have had something like that.
Yeah, I guess the cooking show was a snippet of that during COVID.
What it was going to look like.
Yeah, what it was going to look like. But we certainly could have. It was entertaining growing up.
So when you went to college, and you're working in finance, finding yourself going out there surfing, the recreation, that was a big thing to you. And we have that right here in Fresno too. We don't have surfing, but we actually do right down the way. If you go over to Lemoore, they got an incredible, the big surf competitions. Have you been there?
I haven't yet. I would love to go.
That place is incredible.
Yeah, the surf ranch.
The surf ranch, yes, incredible. And they have big surfing competitions from all over the world.
Yeah, but we have the outdoors right here in our backyard.
Everything.
You know, Yosemite's a stone's throw away. The San Joaquin River Trail's opening up. It's beautiful. So
you said a lot of people from the Bay Area are coming to our area. They see value.
Yeah.
A lot of people moving here and starting businesses. I hear that all the time. Living in the Bay Area, that both have to have a job to survive.
Yeah.
And then maybe you're in a Rambler and it's $1 million plus for that Rambler home, but they can come here to Fresno or the surrounding area and Clovis and even our rural community area, and you can get a nice piece of property or a home as an investment and start a business on top of that.
Absolutely.
Because you can afford the time to do that in your life.
You can. And we're also seeing people come for the school districts as well. Clovis Unified School District is highly sought after, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
And we're seeing people move, of course, for the affordability, but also for the quality of life and for their children's education.
To be able to do that. Recreation and those things were very important to you as you were at the school, and you probably still carry that in your family. And what do you find that with a lot of people that are looking from the outside to come to Fresno? Are they looking for that same thing?
Yeah, I think a lot of people love the proximity to our national parks, to the outdoors. People come from a highly densely populated area, and they can just drive 5-10 minutes out of town and find themselves in open space. So I think that's really refreshing for a lot of people coming from big cities.
If somebody like you wanted to get into real estate, was in finance, and they were looking for that pathway, they know they have to pass the test to get the real estate license, but I understand you're teaching.
Yes.
And you're teaching a course on real estate.
Yeah, I'm an adjunct professor of real estate at Fresno City College, and that's one of the prerequisite classes you need to take the state exam. So you have to pass that class and then take the state exam before you can be licensed.
And what are you teaching in that class? What are some of the details they have to?
Yeah, it's real estate practices. So everything you need to know to be a successful agent the day your boots hit the ground.
So you're watching this show and you're thinking, I think I could do really well in real estate.
Yeah.
You're going to need to want to look out and go after Vasily's course at Fresno City College. And how do they go about doing that, Vasily?
You can go on to the Fresno City College website and enroll in the class. RE, the code is RE40 and RE41, Real Estate Principles and Practices.
And that'll prepare you to be able to pass that test.
Yeah, pass the test and really hit the ground running day one in real estate.
And that test, at times I hear the test is very, very difficult, and there's a lot to know about. And I think that people come in unprepared for that. So that would be with 41 and 42. Those two classes will prepare you for what you're about to experience to get that test.
Absolutely.
Completed.
Yeah, we'll have you ready to go.
Are you ready to go? So and it's just easy as that. Go to the Fresno City
Yeah.
website, and you'll be able to get that. So how did that start? To start doing that?
I wanted to do more for others, and I felt this was a way I could impact people's lives, help them better themselves, help them, improve their income, and then just share a little bit of what I've learned, over the last a few years.
Well, congratulations on that and doing
thank
that.
you. Yeah.
We have a beautiful home that we're going to be able to talk about here, and
We do.
this home is one that if you want to snatch it up pretty quick because it's going to go fast.
I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a beautiful home in Northwest Fresno. You may or may not be in the same neighborhood as a local weatherman.
I
And
wonder who that could be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. Modern architecture, built in 1979. It's really cool. Has a 5-car garage with a 6-foot grease pit. One of the last grease pits approved by the county of Fresno.
For a home.
In a residence. So if you wrench under your car, you can pull it right over and take care of that. It has a mother-in-law suite. It has a conversation pit, very open concept, vaulted ceilings, exposed beams, a party backyard, entertainer's dream kind of place,
Yeah.
jacuzzi, pool, the whole thing. So
Beautiful.
it's awesome, yeah.
And if you want to look at that home and get more details about that home from Vasily and Hyatt Real Estate, just go to businessleaders.tv or scan that QR code or give your phone number one more time because someone might be looking right now and say, I want to call Vasily.
Yeah, give me a call, 559-903-9639. And the address of the home is actually 6557 North Woodson Avenue. And that's in 93711.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being on my program. I appreciate you taking the time. I think your passion for the business and what you're doing, I know a lot of love and care comes from Mom. And I think a lot of the passion for people comes from your father, Kopi. And he loves his community, and he's planted his roots here and never left. And I can tell you're doing the same thing. So appreciate it. Thank you for being on the program.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
That's all the time we have. Next week, Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. It's Business Leaders.